Why, good day, you beautiful souls. I hope you've had a great morning and afternoon thus far. We're with that 3:33 special Satsang edition. And our theme today is a present for the presence. Truly allowing yourself to be that effortless window of awareness, clear channel for the divine to flow through. And most importantly, the present is you. You're the gift. That's what we're tasked here to unfold. That's what we're really here to explore and, you could say, take that inner path and inner looking towards. So from here in this morning, the most important thing to do is remember it's a time to do what really resonates with your heart. You don't force things. This is not the time in the universal seasons to be stressing, to be applying yourself more than what you need to. It's very clear to have boundaries. It's the most important time to really just listen to your heart and allow that compass to guide you. So today we're really going to tap into that so we can come back to really honor the divine light that we are, the present, the gift that you are to the world, that each of us is. So get your last few wiggles out. And as always, I lovingly invite you into the space of the heart to let go, to clear the beingness, and to simply be. When you hear the first 3 taps of the singing bowl, with each sound of the bowl as it rings, take a deep breath in. With your exhale, transmute it into a powerful and mighty Om. Allow yourself to open the mouth, relax the jaw, allowing that A note to resonate like a sigh of relief. And as you close the mouth, the U and the M will form naturally. Release the body of breath. It's here we recognize that everything is happening already. So allow yourself to simply observe it. Detached from the inner and the outer phenomena, simply witness. As if you're watching a show, a film unfold right before your very gaze. With every exhale, release the tension remaining within the form. Pay no attention to the happenings of yesterday or the worries of tomorrow. Give your full attention to the present moment. Whatever unfolds within your inner eye, within that inner gaze, allow it to be. There's no need to effort or cease the inner phenomena. Allow whatever is arising naturally to unfold. And at a distance, observe. When you hear this final tap of the singing bowl, again, shift your attention and focus to that sound of the ringing. And as it fades, so too, shift that inner looking to the stillness, to the calm, to the quiet in between the internal happenings and the silence itself. And this whole experience of life is always unfolding. Whether we choose to willingly effort in this play is but a choice. But consciousness, this universal force of love and knowing, is always flowing like a river. So when do you find yourself fighting the tides and swimming upstream? What's holding you back from being that leaf, merrily drifting down the waters? These are the internal tensions, these are the assumptions that hold us back, not only from living in alignment with what is intended to be, but it's what brings us to the path of suffering. For it's our assumptions, our expectations, these judgments we have on what is, and that brings us out of alignment, that brings us into states of disharmony. And ultimately, it boxes up that gift of light and love that we are, covering it with this sediment of conditioning, of attachment. So with each and every breath, let go. Drop whatever we think, we assume to know, and allow ourselves to witness what is. With every breath in, stoking that fire of love within the heart that shines and radiates, and remembering that too is observed, that we are beyond everything in which we come to experience and recognize externally, but as the channels and windows of awareness we are, we can tap into that divine through connection and through introspection, recognizing what is the not self, thus revealing what is, that present. For this divine presence we call universal consciousness, source, the creator, the eternal fire, God, love. It matters not what we identify or define. What matters is what's present and has always been present within this experience called the now. Take a deep breath in, focusing on that root chakra. And as you draw in that stability, that groundedness, you release things that make you feel unsafe and unsecure. With the next breath, we focus on that sacral center, drawing in that courage, that pride to be ourselves, and we release the shame and guilt that holds us back from being out of our own alignment. Taking another deep breath in, we focus on the solar plexus, drawing in that power that we are as creators. And we let go of the judgments from others that hold us back from expressing it, from living it. Even higher now, we focus on the heart, drawing in that love, that unconditional love for all and for yourself. And we release all of the regret and the shortcomings. As you climb higher, we shift our attention to the throat with our next breath, drawing in that truth, that confidence to speak, to align yourself with what you know is within your heart, and you release the falsehoods holding you back. With the third eye as your focus, take another deep breath in, drawing in the clarity to see and to observe clearly as we let go of these physical delusions and misperceptions. And that crown chakra, the top of your head like a blowhole. As you draw that breath in, envision it opening up. As you align yourself with that highest of highs, that effortless flow, clearing away the channel so you can tap into source clearly, letting go of all physical attachments. With your exhale, gently observe the body's change. To unfold ourselves as the gift, the present we are for the Creator, this divine presence, we must first align ourselves with that knowing of effortlessness, of pure being. And it's very much in this sense that we clear away the rocks the dam that we put up in our life, so that the channel of awareness, of consciousness, and that in which we are can flow clearly, can flow without any resistance. So continue to look within, to observe the subtle shifts. And each and every breath, envision that channel of the spine being filled up with love and light, drawing in that light from the roots, through the feet of the soles, all the way up to the crown, and in a loop back down through the front of the body. And simply take these wheel-like breaths, allowing your energy to flow, allowing that light to be your focus. And most importantly, let go of all judgments. The subtle energies flow how they flow. And just like water in the river, they go to where they need to. This is your time to relax with each and every breath, and to simply marinate in that light in which you are. As we take a few more deep breaths, bring yourself back to the knowing that you are a channel of the divine. You are divine itself. That in which we know as perfection is non-existent in this physical plane, but there is something eternal that is unchanging, that is not only within you, but within all. That truly is that perfect creator. We're tasked to unfold that light, that unique imprint of the divine in which we are. And it unfolds naturally when we simply allow ourselves to witness, to sail and navigate this world by the heart, for it's our greatest compass. It's that lens of love, that one liberated from the physical attachments and assumptions, that it can sail and unfold freely towards that innate pure self from that space of the divine presence we know as source. For each of us is a channel for the divine. So as you take your next breath deeply, focus on that crown chakra. Again, take a deep inhale, as if you have a blowhole at the top of your head. And just as if you're sitting underneath a waterfall, allow that source energy to flow down and through each and every center. Almost as if it's filling up a pool of water, trickling down from the crown. Your next breath drops into the third eye. Again, clearing away any misconceptions and misperceptions within. It's the breath that gives you the separation from the internal phenomena being so intimate. And as that pool fills up, we drop into the throat, where we clear away those blockages that hold us back from speaking and acting in that truth in which we know. And as that pool fills and radiates, we drop into the heart. And we witness that unfolding in the chest, that heart smile, as we let go of everything that we've ever judged and been remorseful for. As you continue to breathe, notice that energy flowing now into the solar plexus. As you release and let go of those judgments, you feel that mountain of trust, that power within you. Fill up that gut with a certainty and knowing of your potential and the courage to unlock and act on it. And from there, we drop down to the sacral center, harnessing that unique creative force in which we each contain as gods and goddesses of creation and manifestation. We let go of all of those shortcomings of the past that have planted seeds of doubt within our abilities and our capacity. Transmute them with the love that is flowing through you. And as you drop back down into the root, with a big deep breath, you feel that connectedness with Earth, knowing that anything and everything can be transmuted through her love, that you have never been alone, that this body is hers, supported by the entire planet. Never a moment are you ever disconnected. And again, observe the subtle shifts within the form. For that which drops away is never intended to be. So pay it no attention, even if it seemingly comes back around. At a distance, observe everything within you. It's this practice of simply clearing out our own energy within the physical form that brings us back into that stillness, that emptiness, yet dynamic fullness. And that's the beauty of this experience. When we get out of the way and we refuse to participate with the temptation, the pull of the inner and outer sensations, what unfolds is what is always trying to. We simply got out of the way so it could be. And that is the power of the divine in which we are. And that is the paradox of this life. For the more we come to know about this source, love, and light in which all is, the less we find ourselves actively participating in life and simply dancing with the dance, flowing with the eternal flow, and being that channel, that vessel for source to flow through. And it's no shocker, for in all the most beautiful moments in our experience, all there is presence, a pure witnessing. But it need not take a climb to the top of a mountain, finishing a work of art, or experiencing beautiful music, to approach all of life with such reverence, with such stillness and appreciation. For everything in this experience is breathtaking when we allow ourselves to be mystified continuously by this gracious gift of life. For every breath is a renewal of this contract of existing here. And every slice of now is unique. We can reflect and marinate in this just as the child remains curious about everything around them. But keep in mind, you're never growing up. But we seemingly grow away from that innocent realization and knowing. So bring yourself back to that childlike, curious state where we take nothing for granted, where we truly are mystified by the beauty of this existence. But one must question, if there is resistance to such a happening, where are you content? Where do the assumptions block you from witnessing the elegance, the grace, the gift that everything is? Is it the assumptions that the chaos and disharmony that is seemingly appearing before you is somehow not as it's intended to be? For when we observe with that innocent gaze, we can see that everything is a lesson. And in that very essence, we must remember that life is a playground of learning. When we refuse to see the lessons, life repeats them, but with more intensity. When we have a realization, life presents us with these gifts, these opportunities to apply it. Yet if we constantly are in states where we think we know everything, we will never be open to learning more. Thus the patterns of disharmony will repeat, and we will find ourselves clogging up that dam, that channel of the divine in which we are. So bring it back to yourself, that present for the presence, that gift of life in which you are and all is. And just as if you're fanning a flame, allow each breath to stoke that fire of the heart. And if you don't already, ensure you have a smile on your face, for this inner looking is the greatest gift in which we can receive the knowing of self and the knowing of our source, and the trust and liberation that comes when we recognize our position in this play. To be that channel, to be that window for the Eternal One, for Source. For when we allow ourselves to witness this magical play unfold, life becomes more than cinematic. It becomes an intimate play, a heartfelt dance, and a loving tune that nourishes each and every cell with love, with light. It's what allows us to come back into that state of effortlessness with every move. And although there is a you or a me, that sense of self present, our knowing of it goes far beyond an individualized self. And simply put, life becomes more intimate. And we become more detached from all of those heavy sensations and vibrations that one used to become absorbed within and consumed by. And that is the word ascension many hear in this world, an inner looking of the path. Yet the only thing that we ascend from is but a belief, transcending the past and the old attachments and entering into a newfound self of liberation, of freedom, knowing that everything that arises around you and within you is not the reality that is. That this temporary state of physicality is just that, a temporary passing. It's what allows us to take a step back to observe the entirety of the scene. And when the scenery around us is understood, we can recognize clearly why certain things came to be. So with each moment we marinate within that light that we are, we naturally unfold that gift of the divine. To be that clear channel, to flow with the rivers of life, for the ride that it is destined for us to take is far more magical and mystical than anything we could ever create within the imagination of the mind. When you hear the next tap of the singing bowl, again, take a deep breath in with that sound of the bowl as it rings. And as you exhale, transmute it to a powerful and mighty Om, allowing it to serve as your proclamation to remember, to bring yourself back to that unique light and radiant divinity you are, as that channel of awareness for the presence, for Source itself. Release the body of breath here. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. That gift of the divine you are. The one thing that's really coming through is just to remember that life is always testing us. Life is always challenging us with these opportunities to remain in our light. And there's always opportunities for us to be tempted to go away from what we know is true within our heart. And as the world may seemingly become more chaotic and disruptive, that's the call to action for each of us, is to always bring it back to our own local field of divinity, to really harness that flame. Because each of us was tasked to adventure into this playground with a little ember. And through life, through experience, that's how we collect the different tinder, the kindling, the fire starters, to keep that fuel, to keep that light going. And when you feel that the wind and the elements are coming to really challenge your light, to really apparently dim your shine, it's okay to come back home to shelter, to take time to rest, to recover, to really just focus on yourself. The cosmos right now are showing us signs where, again, we're in these seasons of it's not good to force stuff. Listen to the subtleties of the body. Come to harness that inner knowing, that intelligence of the physical vessels we're gifted with. And utilize everything in your tool belt to bring yourself to a point of abundance so that you can overflow. And then from there, your light, your fire is raging. It's a torch that can't go out. But even then, we all need to take that rest and recovery, those actions that really fill us up. And the more that we are at inner peace, the clearer that channel is in truth, and the more effortless life becomes, the more playful it gets, the more cinematic and juicy it really just unfolds and shows you. So with that, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed, and in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment, for a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all whom ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. Thank you so much for tapping in with our little late afternoon special. I was doing just that, rest and recovery. It's always important just to give yourself the time to be and not force things. So with that, I love you so much. I'll tap in with you Wednesday. Take care. Peace.